Doctor's log, session 2. Patient presents as calm, articulate, and deeply committed to being misunderstood on a professional level. She begins by explaining that the issue started at work, investment banking, high pressure, high stakes, and apparently high levels of group coordination against her. She describes 3 co-workers, not individuals. A unit, a synchronized swimming team, but with spreadsheets. Every meeting they move together, agree together, decide together, which to her feels less like collaboration and more like a conspiracy with benefits. At this point, I'm thinking workplace tension, miscommunication, maybe a little ego, standard human behavior. Then she casually mentions, like she's ordering lunch, that she's been in a secret relationship with the CEO for 6 years. 6 years. That's not a secret. That's a hidden department. And suddenly everything makes sense and also becomes significantly worse because now she's not just in the meeting. She thinks she owns part of the company. So when conflict starts, she expects support, alignment, a quiet little CEO assist. Instead, he does what CEOs do best under pressure. He protects the company, which unfortunately for her includes protecting it from her. So now she's fighting 3 co-workers and a man who loves her privately and ignores her publicly, which is less of a relationship and more of a witness protection program. Now here's where it escalates. She explains her process. When something's wrong, I follow up. That sounds reasonable, professional even. Then she defines follow-up, emails, texts, late night messages, more emails, clarifications, follow-ups to the follow-ups. At one point, I'm fairly certain she followed up on a thought. She insists she's not emotional, she's precise. The problem is precision plus repetition starts to feel like psychological waterboarding. Eventually, the responses stop. Now, most people interpret silence as a message. She interprets silence as a scheduling issue. So she adjusts, she shows up to their homes like a very organized haunting, sits in her car, watches, waits, because in her mind, this isn't stalking, this is continuity. She's not chasing them. She's just refusing to let the conversation end without her permission, which is a fascinating rebranding of trespassing. Now, the most impressive part is her tone. Calm, measured, professional. She explains all of this like she's presenting quarterly earnings. No spikes, no breaks, just steady delivery of behavior that ends with police involvement. She didn't raise her voice once, which somehow made it worse. And this is where it clicks. She didn't lose control. She tightened control until it snapped because she's trapped. She has power she can't use, a relationship she can't acknowledge, and rejection she refuses to accept. So instead of processing it, she manages it, tracks it, follows up on it, drives to it, sits outside it, until eventually it arrives in the form of flashing lights, handcuffs, and a court order, which is how she ends up here. Not because she couldn't let it go, but because she didn't believe it was ever hers to lose. And for the record, if you have to follow up at someone's house, that meeting is over.